Hello, it's Angel here. Welcome to or back to the space. If we haven't met before, hello, hello. And if we have, well, welcome back. Lovely to see you here one more time. So today I thought I would do a VR to SSCT They tagged me in a great video they did recently, which was hashtag Tarot Practice Tag 2026. I feel this was created by, I want to say, a French tarot tuber. I hope I've said that correctly. If I've said that incorrectly, I'll put it on the screen. And this was a tag created by Tarot PC. I'm going to put it here. There's 12 prompts. This ties in nicely with like giving a bit of a catch up about what I've been up to. And to start with what I've been up to, I'm going to let you know that I'm in a totally different space than I usually am filming, because I've spent 3.5 days moving my bedroom to my witchy room and my witchy room to my bedroom by myself, lugging, lifting, pushing heavy furniture between the two rooms. Oh my goodness me, honestly, it took me 3.5 days, I kid you not. And I did the last bit yesterday. So this is why we are back filming a nice video today, because you know, my living space is now back to some semblance of order. So yeah, this was like a really, you know, I like the space, I like it. I think sometimes we need a bit of a, what's the word? A bit of a shake-up. Gets the energy going, does it not? Ooh, it does. And you deep cleaned it all. Lovely, lovely. Anyway, that's not part of the tag. I grab a cup of tea, grab a cup of coffee. This could be a chatty one. Should we get into the first prompt? We most definitely should. So the first prompt is, how did you first get into tarot? I think that's correct. Let me grab my phone. Here's my phone, here's the prompts. How did you first get into tarot? I was correct. I first got into tarot in 2020 when a colleague bought a deck into work, an oracle deck into work. I've told this story previously in a separate video. And basically, we all got to choose our own card, and the reading that I got from the card that I chose, and the doors, I'm going to say, that card broke down within me, like released this floodgate of emotions that I had locked up, tried to throw away the key of, and was trying to ignore it desperately. And so in that moment, honestly, I realised how potent and powerful oracle and in connection tarot could be. And I really recognised how that could help me unlock and process the things that I had been, like, you know, ignoring and pushing down for goodness knows how many years. And so yeah, that's when I purchased my first tarot deck in 2020, first oracle deck, and, you know, got into my healing practice. And I'm going to say, I think I've been on my, I know I have been on my healing journey for about 5 years, and it's only at the beginning of 2026 that my tarot journey has kind of stepped back a little bit, or maybe my focus has moved more to my witchcraft practice and to the crooked path I'm walking. So that's been a major focus for me this year. Okay, that was just prompt number one. Did you grab a cup of tea or coffee? I think you need it, and I definitely need a sip of coffee. Okay, prompt number two. My phone just turned off. Yummy. What is the latest deck to join your collection? Well, it's funny you should ask. So the first one I'm going to show you is, well, the Witch's Tarot. I mean, come on. I was waiting for this one. It was winging its way to me from the US, and it arrived. Oh my goodness me. And I think I might do another video about this another day. However, I'm going to say that I feel like the blood moon this is going to sound very bizarre, and yes, I do personify my decks, but I feel that when this came in, it was almost like the blood moon gave a sigh of relief and was like, oh, finally, you brought this deck in. I feel like the blood moon and this deck are a coven. They're like members of the same coven. So I've been working with this one slowly in connection with the blood moon tarot, and on the summer solstice, I didn't plan it, but on the summer solstice I ended up doing a ritual around this deck and the blood moon and a couple of other things which I'm not going to go into, but it was very, very powerful. Oh my goodness me. So the blood moon and this deck are definitely coven mates. Oh, love it. There are quite a few images in this deck I can't show, obviously, or maybe I can. I'm going to go for broke. I'm going to go for blooming broke. Do your worst. Do your blooming worst. So yes, most impressed. These feel like, no, I'm going to go into that different video. Anyway, I just love it. I really love it. And I've been using it quite intensely with the blue moon. The blue moon? The blood moon, sorry. The blue moon, where did I get that from? And I've actually noticed that the edging has become quite dented. And although I've been using it intensely, I haven't like, I'm not, what's the word? I don't disrespect my decks. I'm not rough with my decks, but the edging is a bit, you know, it's a bit, looking a bit unhappy. So I think I might have to re-edge it with just like a black Sharpie or a black Bic pen, as it were. So yes, love it, this deck. I'm doing a bit of an in-depth study with it, with its own journal, which I'll get into in another prompt. So that was one of the decks I bought in recently. Let's go for a second-hand deck that I bought in. Or shall I wait for? No, show you that in the other. No, wait. Yep. No, wait. So the next one I bought in was a Jupiter Power Tarot, indie deck by the same creator that created the. Oopsie, it's just here. It's this one. The Neptune Power Tarot. This is by Charlie. I can't read that. I haven't got my glasses on. I'm going to put the name on the screen. Yeah. I don't need an excuse. I'm an adult. I do what I want with my money, basically. These are gilded in silver. I think they're sparkly as well, which makes it even more fantastic. I hope that's coming through on the screen. I'm not sure. Yeah, and I haven't worked this one yet, but I really want to pair it with the Poesis Oracle, which I have in French. I love the colour palette of this. Let me just show you this. Isn't that just delectable? Oh, yummy. And I'm thinking also this one might pair really nicely with the, oh no, what's that called? Okay, it was the Tarot Obscura, Tarot by Orla Bird I was thinking of. This was a deck I got in, was it a couple of months ago? It was in the second quarter of 2026 in any case. So that's this one. This is the Poesis, and this is the Jupiter Power Tarot. I had to play with some pairs because, you know, why not? That's what we're here to see, aren't we? We're here to see some cards and to, you know, have a bit of a chat. Can you hear my boy? He's trying to entice my girl to play, but she's not having any of it because it's too rough. Yes, so indie, this is the mass market French version of this deck. And I just wondered if they might, you know, pair nicely together. I don't know. Let's have a look. We've got Abandon, the Ten of Cups, and the Knight of Swords. Abandon. I quite like this. This feels like abandonment here with this opening and this growth that's coming out, this flow. Although this was a little bit more like, you know, possibly a bit more of a, not a negative card, I don't want to say that, but, you know, a bit more of a painful abandonment. But this, you know, feels like it's a bit of a balance there between those, between the cards. We've got the Fool with abundance, I want to guess, and death. So the Fool with death and abundance. Okay, I think the artwork works beautifully. Got the Four of Pentacles with courage and the world. I love that. Look at this. I love this creator's artwork. It's amazing. Oh, gorgeous. I do have their Power Moon Tarot as well, which I haven't gotten along with. So it's maybe a bit strange that I've purchased both their Neptune Power and their Jupiter Power. But when I purchased the Power Moon Tarot, I was a lot earlier on in my journey, and I haven't really revisited it. So I wonder if by revisiting it now, I might be able to, you know, gain more from the deck. But obviously, you know, these two are speaking to it just at the minute. But this time, so we've got the Four of Pentacles, sorry, the Five of Pentacles with the Four of Cups with the Sage, possibly. I might try and translate these words for you. I love the artwork in this deck as well. I definitely think, I mean, look at this with this, like, these, not vines, but like almost this growth coming out here. We've got the growth coming out here. We've got this. Oh, it's delicious. I love this. It's like, this is like cracking through. Oh, beautiful. And all the aces in this deck, they've got like something coming out of, they've got like plant life coming out of the hands or the arm or some kind of body part. It's very interesting. We're going to take a couple more. We've got the Two of Cups with the Ace of Wands and Patience. This is interesting with the Two of Cups, and the flowers almost look like they're drooping, although they're coming from the cups. They look like they're, yeah, they look like they're faltering in their growth. Do they not? Is that just me? One more, last one, I promise. Pretty much. Got my fingers and toes crossed. The Hanged Man with the Queen of Swords and Simplify, possibly. Oh, look at this. Look at the Queen with all these, like, can you see this? This growth around the hairline. And look, there's like this slightly pointed ear here. It almost feels like there's a bit of a fae. A taste of the fae in this deck as well. Oh, which I think is why, maybe that's why I felt really drawn to this one, because let me just, sorry, we're suddenly going into the decks again. The Neptune Power Tarot also feels very fae-like to me. It almost feels like this other world. And so I just wonder if maybe that's why I feel really drawn to it. I don't know. Anyway, I'm very excited about, you know, testing this pairing or this combination of decks out. So in answer to the prompt, the answer was the Witch's Tarot and the Jupiter Power Tarot are my newest decks into my collection. Now I literally could just sit here playing with pairs on my desk the whole day through. Honestly, it's so much fun. And especially that combination of decks, that was just like gorgeous. Okay, prompt number 3. What is the last deck that left your collection? That is the Anubis deck. I'm going to pop a picture in here. I've literally just sold it and it's just gone off to the new caretaker. I'm doing after having a bit of a reshuffle around and swapping the rooms from my bedroom to my witchy room and witchy room to the bedroom. I did I went through all my decks again and looked at them, and the decks that were teetering on the edge of being rehomed 6 months ago are now being rehomed now, because I haven't felt any kind of pull to use them. And there's some decks that are being rehomed now that have been in my collection 5 years, and some of them have been in my rotation to use, and I just, even if they've been in rotation, I haven't felt the draw to work with them. For instance, the first edition of the Bonefire Tarot, and I've been holding on to it, thinking, I might feel like using it. Yeah. No. And it's a mass market deck. Worst case scenario is I will, go back on Vinted and try and find a second-hand copy of it. But so far, I think I've rehomed it's over 100 decks by now. And knock on wood, I haven't felt the need to bring anything back that I've sold. Fingers crossed that's going to continue. Question number 4. What is the most recent deck you've ordered and are still waiting for? Oh, it's funny you should ask that. I can't think of the name of the deck. It was a deck that I saw on, oh my goodness me, this is going to be a terrible story. I can't remember the name of the deck, and I can't remember the name of the channel that I saw it on. I just can't remember anything. My brain's a fog. It's all a blur. So I'm going to pop the name on the screen. This is the name of the deck. Bloop. This is the name of the person that I saw showing the deck. Bloop. And hopefully, fingers crossed, it's going to come through, because the creator sent the deck to me, and 2 days later it was returned to them. It was delivered to them instead of me. They're in the US and I'm here. And I got a notification through saying that the deck had been delivered, and I was like, well, that's not right, because I know it's going to take at least a month pretty much to get to me if I'm going to go anything by the Witch's Tarot. It took quite a while to get to me from the US. So I thought 2 days after it being sent off, no way, Jose. And the creator contacted me and has mentioned, or has let me know that they've re-sent the deck. So hopefully it will be here in 2 weeks, I reckon. It was about 2 weeks ago I purchased it. So yes, looking forward to working with that one as well. Well, actually, I'm looking forward to working with any of the decks, actually, because I love all of them. Okay, prompt number 5. What is your current heart deck? Ooh. Okay, let's get into it. I'm sorry, it's still the Blood Moon Tarot, and this was a second-hand find. It's real snakeskin from the 40s. Like a clutch bag. Oh my goodness me. Honestly. And I saw it and I was like, that is the bag for the Blood Moon Tarot. So that's where this has been living. It's been living in that bag right there next to the Witch's Tarot. Yeah, I love it. What can I say? I think I started my deep dive with this one in, was it April or May? I can't remember. And I haven't put it down since then. I've been, it's just been, I don't have the words for it. But what I'm going to say to you is I will link the playlist of the videos I've made about the Blood Moon Tarot. I love this. And that will help you hopefully understand where my love for this deck has come from. So yes, so this is my heart deck at the moment. Well, at the moment, she says, along with its pairing with the Witch's Tarot. Oh, it's definitely helping me on my crooked path. I'm not going to say any more than that. Prompt number 6? Question mark. So prompt number 6 is, what is one deck you haven't ordered yet but are really tempted by? There's one, and there's an OOP deck that I really want. I really want it. So the first deck is the Mio Ims Tarot. Oh, I really want it. I'm trying to resist it, and I really want the, what's that called? It's the deck that Tammy Pye just got recently. Oh, I put the name on the screen, can't think. And it was there was a listing on it, on that deck on Vinted, which is previously, it's currently been removed, and it was up for like £200, and I was like, I'm not spending £200 on a deck. So I'm hoping that the seller will relist and reduce the price. But I really want that one too. I can't think what it's called, that one. So I really want both. I'm trying to show some character and not purchase the first one. What was that called? Mio Ims Tarot, because it's very expensive, very expensive, and getting it to me is going to cost an arm and a leg and possibly a lung in postage costs. So I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to be very good. So yes, those are the decks that I would really like to get my hands on, and that I would really like to order, but I'm tempted by, but I'm trying to be good. Point number 7 is, do you keep a tarot journal? I do keep a tarot journal. I've got a couple on the go right at the minute. May I be so bold as to show you? Let me start with the Witch's Tarot. This was a second-hand Vinted find. I bought a whole collection of these small A6 journals, and this one's got a place for a pen. It's hardback. It's a little square journal. I hope you can see that. And I've been using this for my Witch's Tarot deep dive. I just drew on the backs of the cards here so that I could see at a glance that this was my Witch's Tarot journal. So I've been using that quite a lot. I've also been using obviously this one, which is almost run out. This is my Blood Moon journal that I created when I started doing my deep dive with that deck. The question is now, of course, is where am I going to put the overlap? Because obviously I'm working with the Blood Moon now and the Witch's Tarot, and when I work with those two together and they reveal their messages to me, so far I haven't actually been journaling about them or like recording them. So I think they might have to have some kind of overlap journal, where this work that I'm doing is recorded. Other journals that I'm working with this year, let me just say actually, this is my journal I usually work in. It's an A4 journal, cheap as chips, and I haven't worked in this one since it's before May. Actually, I always do like a page to find out what decks I've been using and that kind of thing. And you can see in May it was like the Blood Moon Tarot. Can you see that? And before that, there's April's. You can see this just hasn't been resonating for me, this large journal. I've been enjoying having separate journals for different practices. Yeah, there's nothing after May, and we're now in July. But that's the way it goes, and it's all okay. So that's my bog standard journal. So whether I work with the Blood Moon and the Witch's Tarot will end up in there, I can't say. Another journal I've been loving this year is my Catch-all Down the Rabbit Hole journal. This was an idea that I got. I don't know where I got it from. I started it last year. Sorry, at the beginning of the year, sorry. And it's like any quotes that I come upon or anything that like resonates for me, I just pop into here. Yeah. And I've been loving it. It's like this catch-all, and I can just go back and, you know, when things are really resonating for me, I just write them in here. So I like just having this journal sitting on my lounge table when things, you know, pop into my mind, or, you know, I see something or I find a quote or whatever, I just write it in that journal. A couple of other journals that I'm planning on creating. I purchased this one secondhand. It's like a little file of fags. And so I want to create this. I've got packaging paper which I can cut down and punch holes into to be used in this journal. And I really would like to have a journal that I have with me at work, because a bit like the catch-all journal, honestly, well, not obviously, but there's very often at work that I come upon the thoughts and ideas, and then by the time I've like come home and I'm going to write them somewhere, I've forgotten them. So I would quite like to take this with me and have this with me so I can jot the ideas down. And then my whimsical walking, I would like to, I purchased this one on Saturday. This was from a second-hand, this is from the Red Cross actually, charity shop, the Red Cross charity shop. And I saw this and I was like, oh, tell me more, take my money. This was a £5. It's leather, it smells delicious. I'm a vegetarian, but I do like my second-hand leather items. Oh, gorgeous. And I'm thinking I want to use the packaging paper and have it as a journal, a place for a pen and some cards and some other goodie bits. And I'm thinking about taking this one out with me into the woods when I want to do like anything journaly out in the woods without taking my travel altar with me. That's my thought. And I think it's, you know, quite easy to carry. It's quite small. It's quite, you know, flexible to be, you know, handling and taking with me. So yes, so those are the journals that I've been using. Yeah. That's the end of that conversation. Let's move along. So prompt number 8, do you have any little habits or rituals that make a reading feel just right? I'm going to say that I think the only ritual or anything that needs to feel right is my desk. Yeah, so the readings that I do on my desk feel the most grounded and meaningful, I'm going to say, to me. I've had a bit of a move around in my desk area. It's a bit of a mess at the minute, but do you want to, shall I give you a bit of a look? Should we do a bit of a desky? Why not? Okay, so we're going handheld, so it could be a bit wonky. So, you know, grab your sickness pills so that you don't get, you know, seasick or movement sick. So this is how the desk space is looking at the minute. There's my notes, there's my phone. We've got, this was a second-hand find that I found. I was at a music festival at the weekend. I know, look at me, right? It was a blues festival, actually, which I'm not a big fan of blues music, but I love the whole atmosphere of the blues festival. It's in the town that I live in. It's here every year. So I went down to town, you know, saw the new faces in town. It was really great. And people were playing music on the streets and all that kind of malarkey. They had a little, some little second-hand stalls. And you know me, I like a second-hand find. So I got me, oh, there we go, 30 crowns. I got me some bits and pieces. I sent off for these recently. I've got this on eBay. I know you're probably wondering, this is at 1 cent and I got quite a few of them. I think they're about £2 or something for these. And then I got these, which are 5 cents, I think. Is that right? Am I right in saying that? No, it's a dime. Oh, I don't, sorry, I'm terrible. And then I even got, this is my my piece de resistance, my Pennsylvania, wait, what's this one? Dollar. I'm having a bit of a moment with Pennsylvania. It's a bit of, I think, past life work. Might do a video about it, might not. We shall see. There's my super duper crystal that I got second hand. My super duper skeleton, you know. And yeah, and there's my blood moon. There's my witch's tarot. I've got these mala beads. They're lava beads, which I got. Did I just show these in my last video? Second-hand find. It's all to do with my volcano synchronicity that's going on in my practice right at the minute. So yeah, so I've set this up for workings that I want to do. Previously I've had it in a different area, but I want it all on my desk that I can just do it. So this was also a second-hand find. Oh, whoopsie. As was this. And this is my super duper new wand, which I think is absolutely stunning, absolutely gorgeous. And I've got my Deer's jaw here. Here's some more. Here's another coin that I got. And I feel really connected. Or I feel that the bison holds, oopsie, please focus. I feel the bison holds, what's the word? You know, lessons for me that I need to take note of. This is my super duper pendulum amethyst. I clearly love amethyst. I did a video recently with where one of the prompts was, what is your favourite crystal, or something like that, and I didn't think amethyst was my favourite crystal, but you know, now I've really thought about it, and I think it is. I've got so much of it. Cat claws, because you know, you even know which if you don't have any cat claws on your desk. I mean, come on. Rusted nails, yeah, it's got all the stuff here, all the bits and pieces, and then I've got some decks here as well. There's some crystals here. This is the Mirror Soul Oracle, the Black Violet Tarot, which I always want to call Black Velvet Tarot, the Shadow Seer Tarot here, and I think you saw this in my last Desky tour video before I moved it all around, but obviously, you know, I've moved it around and reset it up again. And then here's my Apothecary. Oh my goodness, but it goes so high. And then I've even added this since moving to my new room. This was a second-hand find, which I love. So I've got all my journals and, oh goodness me, sorry for the dodgy camera work. I've got all my journals in there and, you know, crystals, and I made these myself with a wood burning pen that I got. There's some journals that I'm using at the minute and some books. And then down here, you recognise this from my previous video, I think it's my poppet. The jaw that I got from an independent seller. My crystals. This, which I love, which was sitting on my desk, which is here now, but it's obviously right next to it on this table area. There's my cards that are really relevant to me at the minute. I've got a plant there, which I'm trying to help to grow because it wasn't feeling very happy. Some other decks, my super duper haul, which I love. The Green Codex Tarot here. And then this is my super duper Wondrous Tarot. So moving along to prompt number 9. What are your favourite tarot spreads? Now, I don't tend to use so many tarot spreads unless I'm doing, for instance, Dawn Michelle's Weaver's Practice. I do sometimes jump in on the Lionheart challenges, so there are some tarot spreads in their challenges, but I've decided to choose, if I could be so bold and to be so cheeky, this book, which is by Lida Pavlova, The Library of Questions. This is the same creator that created the Honey and Lavender Tarot, and a couple of other things, most definitely, of course, and I follow them on Instagram. And I love this book. Thanks to Jay Iridescent Tarot and Erin, which was Saturn, I saw this on their channels, and they were talking about it. And for me, the spreads in this book are so, I experience them to be quite whimsical. I just think they're such good. Such good spreads. So I've tabbed quite a few of these, which I really want to try. They like really resonate for me. And so when I'm feeling a bit, you know, unsure of what to choose to use my cards for, I just, you know, randomly pick a page and do a reading or a spread, or even I use this sometimes and roll it and then, you know, choose the page from the number that comes up on this. So I don't tend to use spreads as mentioned, but if I did, I would definitely choose this book. And I do have a couple of others which I don't use, I don't dip into. So this one is a real winner. So thank you to Jay and to Erin for the tip on this book. Prompt number 10. What are your favourite deck combinations right now? Well, I'm glad you asked. I'm going to bring this beauty in. You recognise this one. It's the Yukika Tarot. Having a ball with this deck. Surprisingly, I don't know if it's a surprise. It's a surprise, not really sure. I purchased this deck like 2 weeks ago maybe, and since I got it in, I've been using it non-stop with the Yukika. Now, I'm not saying that they definitely match with the vibe of the Ukika, because the Ukika tarot feels very colourful and very not, I wouldn't say it's playful. It's not playful for me personally. I just think the art styles maybe don't gel as well as they should, but the messages gel very, very nicely. They speak very nicely together. And this was a pre-loved second-hand vintage find. Are you surprised? Not really. Which is, this one is called the Lighthouse. The Lighthouse Oracle. This one's called. And so this one pairs really nicely as well, in my humble opinion. So let's give this a bit of a flick. So we've got Through Stones, The Shine and Swarm. This one is by the same creator as the Old Path Tarot, I believe. I might have my information askew there, so don't trust me 100%. But if I've got that incorrect, then I should put it on the screen for you. We've got the Queen of Wands with Easel and Forgiveness. And we've got the Nine of Cups. I love this Nine of Cups with Empower and Market. So you can see these two gel really nicely together, I think, colour wise. This one is it's a bit of a wild card, this one, but it really works, and it most definitely works as like a clarifier or like a roundup message right at the end of the reading. I've been really, really enjoying it. So we're going to take a couple more. Dare I be as cheeky as to show you the guidebook for this one? We've got a guidebook, and we've got a little bit of a, what's this called? A fold-out pamphlet, which is a bit of a, it's a bit of a heave ho, hay up, malarkey to get this out. But I have actually been doing that because I've been really enjoying the associations with the cards. What have we got here? We've got twins. I'm not going to see if I can find that because it's going to take too long. So I shall show you a fan instead because I'm a rebel like that. So here's the guidebook meaning if you'd like to read it. Pause and read if you'd like to. But this has just been really, really helpful actually in my readings. And what other decks? I've also been pulling in the Witch's Tarot and the Blood Moon Tarot, obviously, into the readings. And again, they don't gel art style wise, but reading wise, they just pair really, really nicely. So yes, I'm not sure if this one's an indie. I'm not too sure. I don't really know anything about it. I just saw it on Vinted and I was like, ooh, and the guidebook I'm really enjoying, and I like the concept of the lighthouse. So let me just show you in the guidebook. So for instance, we've got the Light, which are the indigo cards. So the what's it called? The lighthouse is separated into sections. We've got the Beacon, which is blue, the Tower, which is green, the Foundation, which is yellow, and Spiral Staircase, which is orange, Harbour red, and Sky violet. So hence the reason that all these are different colours. So they, associate to different parts of the lighthouse. So yes, I've been really enjoying that. I'm not going to specifically look at that one, but I'll just give you a bit of a look at the guidebook if you'd like to. So it's one page and you've got the black and white, and then you have like a little quote, which some of them have been like song lyrics, which it's just really fun. I've just been really enjoying this one. So pause if you'd like to read. And I think this one's going to pair with a lot of decks. It feels very summery to me, possibly a little bit spring-like as well. And the lighthouse concept really drew me in because I'm in a bit of a tower year, and the lighthouse kind of reminds me of a bit of a tower. I don't know. It made sense at the time, and it's been working really well for me. So I'm most impressed. I keep getting this card recently, which I'm really liking. This is a wild card, or an extra card, should I say, in the deck. Really enjoying that. Love the dragon. Love it. They're all cozied up with a book. Oh, love the whimsy of it. Love the curiosity of it. Oh, I love it. Love it. Love it. Yeah. Should we get along to the next prompt? That wasn't planned, but let's stop on the King of Stones because that feels very, very relevant in my practice right now. So we've got 2 prompts left. Prompt number 11 is, what does your tarot practice give you? Now I pull forward these 3. This is the Witch's Tarot, Blood Moon Tarot, and the old, what's it called? I've just shown you it and I can't remember what it's called. Old Style Oracle it's called. What does my tarot practice give me? Well, to be honest, my tarot practice this year has really pulled back compared to the last 5 years, most definitely. But it does give me confirmation in some ways. This year it's definitely given me confirmation. It's given me this red thread to follow throughout my practice. I've been focusing a lot on my witchcraft practice, for instance, this year. And so I've been using it for that instead. The last 5 years, definitely, I'm going to say that I was focusing a lot using tarot for healing work, and that my focus has definitely, you know, turned, and now I'm, you know, not that I'm saying that I'm, you know, healed and have processed everything I need to process, but I just feel it's time now to move my focus, and tarot has been really helping me with that. So tarot gives me confirmation. It makes me curious. It opens up rabbit holes that I never expected to fall down. That's most definitely true. And it brings in energies into my practice that I never expected to work with, or to what's the word, to bring into my practice, I'm going to say. Does that make sense? I don't know. I hope so. It feels a bit strange, really, because as mentioned, I've been so completely 150% focused on tarot in my practice that this year has been a bit of a shock to my system, to be honest, because as mentioned, it really has taken a bit of a back seat. Although I have still been using the card, so I'm kind of contradicting myself here, but I suppose because my focus has changed, I'm using tarot and oracle for something different, and so that's what's kind of, it feels new and it feels fresh and it feels exciting. And I would say I'm still using tarot as much. However, I'm not, for instance, I'm still a member of Dawn Michelle's Weaver practice, but I have not dipped into their practice at all this year. Not consciously, but it just hasn't, you know, there have been other things that have taken my attention. So yeah, I'm going to stick to, this was a bit of a babbly explanation, but I'm going to definitely stick to it. This tarot piques my curiosity. It helps me fall down rabbit holes. Stopping on this. We're definitely stopping on this. Yeah, it enriches and nourishes my practice, most definitely. Was that a good answer? I'm not really sure. We're moving on to the last prompt. And the last prompt, prompt 12, is who would you like to tag next? Okay, so I'm going to tag 3 people that I don't usually tag. The first person is a new channel that I found, stumbled upon them. I did a bit of a clear up of my subscription. These are the people that I'm, you know, subscribed to, not on TarotTube and not on the WitchyTube either, but on some other pages that I've previously followed that are no longer resonated for me. And since then, I've had some new channels that have been shown to me on my feed, so I'm very, very happy with that. Anyway, so the first person I'm tagging, let's get back to the the point, is Amanda Hope. I'm going to link their new channel in the description box. They had about 1,300 subscribers the last time I was looked at their channel. Please go and take a look at one of their videos. Go and, you know, give them a like and subscribe. And Amanda, no pressure. If you don't want to join in, that's all good. I don't mind. You know, it's all good. It's all good. You do you. The second person is Jack at Jack Greenwood Tarot. I'd be very interested to learn how they got into tarot and how their journey, you know, transpired. Is that the word I'm looking for? Hopefully. And the third person is Sil at Whimsy Witch. You know, as mentioned, if you don't want to do the tag, it's all good. But I just thought I'd, you know, give you a bit of a shout and tag you. I'm going to thank you so much for spending some time with me. I'm going to wish you a lovely morning, afternoon or evening, wherever you are. Take care, and I hope to see you in the next video. Toodaloo.